Okay. All right, ladies. So thanks for joining us in our little sales training Zoom call. We wanted to just do something for you guys to make this like as easy as possible because we're going to start our recruitment for our next RVP class already tomorrow, which is crazy, but we're going to start it. Um, so we wanted to do this because that way we can just like address everything all at once, and then hopefully it helps with any confusion. I mean, we make the process really, really easy, and we'll tell you guys who haven't done it with us before what we, put in there, what we put in the group, and what you'll get. And then I wanted Wendy and I wanted Christy to do this with me because Christy is one of our top sales queens every time. So she just has a really great way of connecting with people and leads. I don't like to call them leads, but she has a really great way of connecting with people and following up and bringing women in that she knows will be a fit and who need this program. So we wanted to bring her in to do this with me too. So thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
So I think what I'll do is I'm just going to tell them really quickly like what we provide for the recruitment process, and then we'll just go down our little list. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So what happens, ladies, is every time we have either a program or a membership or anything that we're promoting, we usually stick with like one at a time to heavily promote, just because it's less confusion for the audience. You know what I mean? When you're sticking to one major thing. And so we will give you captions, we'll give you pictures to post on your social media. We'll give you copies of the emails that we use if you have an email list that you can send out to your list if you want to. You don't have to only use the things that we give you. You can post on your own too, but this is just an easy way. Like you can literally copy and paste the captions and the pictures and post them. The other really great thing about being on this sales committee is that you don't have to have any leads of your own. You literally now have 800,000 plus leads out there. So all of the women who are following Crowned for Success, Boss Ladies Mindset, Girl Gang Confidential, for this program, even the ones that are following the Strong Women Are Beautiful page, which is my page, those are your leads too. So you guys can, every time that we post the pictures and the captions and we say, if you want info, drop a crown or say yes or whatever, and they're saying, yes, I want info, you are able to go and connect with them and give them the info. So it doesn't have to be me or Wendy doing that, right? So you have all those women. What am I missing, Christy, with that?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So the first thing that we have to make sure everybody has is their link in Pay Kickstart. And I know some of you just requested it, so I'll go in and approve them. Christy, you want to talk about that a little bit, the link thing?
Yeah. Once you go in and you get your link, what I do is I set up a bit.ly link so that, and mine is bit.ly/C4S ambassadors. And the reason why I suggest doing that is so that you can easily remember it. And I post that when we're recruiting, I post that in my Instagram profile. And I use it on any of the promotional materials that I do for the group. And it's also helpful to use, if you've got another service that you want to use like that, then great, use it. But it makes it a little bit cleaner and a little easier to remember. When you're sending messages, while you're sending direct messages to people, it makes it easier and a little bit cleaner to send, because the Pay Kickstart link, as you may have seen, it's long and it's got lots of letters and numbers in it. So it's just not attractive. And the link, they typically work all the time. A couple of things that I need to stress about the link is that in some countries, it will not work because of their firewalls. And, everybody knows what's going on with the internet. Some countries have, access certain links, they're shut down. So I know that in some countries in Africa, if it's a bit.ly link, it will not work. So you actually have to send them the Pay Kickstart link. So if you hear of any issues, if you've got people who say, oh, well, the link's just not working, try the link out. 9 times out of 10, it's user error. Wouldn't you say so, Jahan?
Yeah.
We've rarely had issues with the links not working.
Sometimes, but that is one big thing. When you get your links, make sure you actually click on it and make sure it takes you to the page it's supposed to take you to. And I can send you guys the landing page in our group so you see what it looks like. It's the page that you guys saw, that you put your info in to book a interview. But we actually have another tool that we're going to use this round that will hopefully make it even an easier process than the last round too. So what else do we want to say about PayKick? Oh, okay. So your links are tied to you, and they're tied as a lead capture. So when the people click it to book their interview, that is now connected to you. So that person will be connected to you. So whether they sign up with someone else's link or whatever, if they booked their interview with your link, that's your lead. But it is not a perfect system.
Right.
So I recommend keeping some sort of log of all of the people that you're talking to, not only their Instagram name, but their name. So there's nothing wrong with when you're connecting with somebody to be like, what was the example you used, Christy? Christy said her real name isn't Fly Mama 24.
McHottie. Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with saying hey, what's your name? You know what I mean? So that you can keep track.
Exactly.
Because if they don't show up for whatever reason on the Pay Kickstart, you can at least say, hey, did Susie join, or did you talk to Joni? Did you offer her a spot? Or you know what I mean? So that you know. So please try to keep track of that.
I have my little list. Remember this, Jahan, from Wendy Instagram training?
Yeah.
This is a page. It's got 25 lines on it. And this is just what I use for, I use this daily actually. When I'm not doing RVP recruiting, I'm still doing attraction marketing and trying to gain followers and trying to, I'm still building relationships and cultivating relationships. So I'll make a list of 25 people. For the RVP recruiting, I actually use twice this. I have a goal of contacting 50 women per day. So you make a list, you take down their handle, take down their Instagram handle, find out what their real name is. And sometimes, they'll want to talk offline, so they'll give you an email address, whatever information you can get from them. And I also, I date this so that 24 to 36 hours later, I can go back and talk to them again, but we'll talk about follow-up in a minute.
Yeah.
But, at the end of every day, though, I take this list and I put it into an Excel spreadsheet, because there's no way in hell, 30 days from now, I'm going to remember if I talk to somebody, but I can go to my Excel spreadsheet, or, if you don't have Excel, you can use Google Sheets or whatever. I can just go in there and click find and, see if I talked to that person and on what date, and if there was anything that resulted from that conversation.
Yeah. Or anything you want to remember about them. When I was doing interviews with you guys, I would write down things that, would remind me who everybody was, because you're going to talk to a lot of people. So it makes it more personable too. Okay, so I think that's everything on the link. And if you need help, getting your link, I can help you with that. I have a little document that I can put in there if anybody needs help getting it, but it shouldn't be too hard. You request it, I approve it, and then you copy it, and that's your link. So, yes.
I had a question for Christy. So on like I just added you on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And yours it says link tree or kind of
Yes.
oh. So is
Right
that
now,
separate?
yeah.
Is that the bit.ly?
No, Linktree is another app that you can use that if you click on it, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of other links there.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so if you want to use a bit.ly link, just go to bit.ly.
Okay.
Do you take your link tree off, Christy, when we start recruiting and you just put
Yes,
your, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
Because then it's easy if you just put your recruiting link, you can literally say, like, click the
Right.
link in my bio, you know, if people don't always want to message or comment.
Right.
Okay.
Um, so this is exciting. So we have a new tool that we're using this round that we didn't use last round, and it's an opportunity video, we're calling it. And I'm going to post it in our sales group, and it's basically a video of Wendy talking for 20 minutes, basically everything she would say in her interview call. But she breaks down the whole entire program. She gives her story. She gives the cost of the program. She literally lays it all out. And what we're thinking will help this round is when you are talking to women, like when you're putting your posts up and they're saying, I want info, you can direct message them and say, hey, check out this video. This is going to tell you everything you need to know. After you watch the video, we'll connect. And then maybe that's when you can like write yourself a note to check on them in a day or whatever, an hour, I don't know, however long you want to give them. And then ask them, you know, what did you, I like the line, what did you like best? I don't like to say, what did you like about it? Or did you like it? Because then they could give you a different answer. But if you say, what did you like best? They have to say something good. And then if they're like, yes, this is amazing, I'm all for it, then you can give them your link and they can book their interview. So that will cut out a whole bunch of, I mean, because we had a lot of interviews that they were like, I just want info. I don't really know what this is, or they really didn't know what the heck they were doing. And for our girls who were recruiting, it was a whole lot of back and forth and a whole lot of questions that, you know, so not everybody was as amazing as you ladies are. So I think this video will help. Christy, do you want to say something about the video?
I agree. I agree 100% because, I mean, every now and then you'll get someone who has a lot of questions because they're skeptical about the program.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand it. And I think the video kind of, with Wendy giving the video, it kind of validates it. It validates what you're doing. I know a couple of people last year, well, with the last round, you know, they didn't really believe that I'm with Crown for Success. I'm like, why would I lie about it? You know, they kind of thought that I was just trying to get their money. You're not giving me any money. The money is going somewhere else. So it kind of validates you. It validates what you're doing, and it validates the program. I think, you know, if you've got someone who continually is like asking you questions over the course of a couple of days, find a way to get yourself out of that, because all you're doing is that's just taking up time from someone who really wants information about the program. And with what's on the site and with what's in the video, I think that people have way more than enough information. I know a couple of people ask me, they just want to know, you know, hey, I've never heard of Crown for Success. What is it? I send them to the crownforsuccess.me website, and they can go there and read our blog and see what, you know, see a little bit more about what we're about. And at that point, you know, that's when, you know, you can just, so hopefully at that point, they'll go ahead and sign up. But the video, when you get a chance, when you get off of here, watch the video.
I'll put it in our group right now, actually.
Yes, definitely watch the video and familiarize yourself with the information that's on the page, because there is a lot of information there. And that'll help you cut down on the number of questions you have for Jahan and Wendy. And it'll clear up a lot of confusion. Now, especially having just gone through the RVP program, you'll be able to, you know, answer a lot of these questions, you know, immediately. But, sometimes people will ask questions that just seem off the wall. And the video really helps, kind of clarify everything. It's just right up front.
Yeah, I mean, it even literally she gives the cost like right then and there
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah.
So so when they will post the picture and the caption, they'll say, yes, I want more info. We're going to go through like the process here next, but you'll message them and say, hey, check out this video. It'll give you all the info, then connect with them again. If they say, yes, I'm totally interested, that's when you'll give them your link to schedule their interview. Because we still do want to have the interviews.
Right.
Anyway. Yeah, so that's the opportunity video. So let's talk about Christy, the process. So Christy and I are both, and Wendy, huge believers of attraction marketing. I mean, that's really where it's at, I think. But so that's, I think, why we're successful in doing this, because I know for myself, like I feel like I hopefully you guys felt this way, but I feel like, we're connecting like as friends, right? Like, I don't feel like I was trying to sell you anything. I was literally like, hey, like, Holly, let's meet at Target. Like, Stephanie, what are you doing? How are your kids? You know what I mean? Like, so it was more about relationshiping and getting to know you guys, and like really caring about what you guys needed and wanted, and would this fit and everything. So I think that if we can look at it more as really truly like relationshiping with people and trying to help them, it takes away from because sometimes people are scared of the selling piece, but you're not really selling anything, you're
Right.
sharing, right? So Christy, talk about like how your process, your entire process from the beginning to somebody signing up, and then even after, what do you do with them after?
Okay, so one of the first thing I do is, regardless of where I get the lead from, I'll either get it from going through Boss Ladies Mindsets followers, one of the posts that has been put up, or Crown Success followers, or one of my followers. I go to them and I'll send them a direct message that just says, it's a warm lead. Think of it that way. So this isn't a cold call. Many times it's a warm lead. Now I do some cold leads as well, but the first thing I say, and I have a couple of different scripts that I have, and depending on, I go through their profile to see who they are, what they're about, some of the things that they've posted, and you can kind of judge how you can approach them. And one of the things that I say in my script is, hey girl, hey, my name is Christy and I'm with Crowns for Success and Boss Ladies Mindset. I love your profile and thought you might be interested in learning Wendy's $1 million strategies, or something like that. Or, hi there, my name is Christy. Just kind of, I always introduce myself. If it's someone that I already know, that I'm already familiar with, I'll just approach them in that same, hey girl, hey kind of way. This is the program that we have that we're promoting right now. And then once she says, let me get to the end of it, I just go through what the program is about. And then I give a couple of sentences about what the program has done for me personally. And then I say, well, what would you do? What would you say if you could do the same? And generally the response is, that would be awesome, or I'd love more information. So then I send them the link to the page where they can get more information and read about the program. But now what we'll do now is, instead of sending them the link, once they say, hey, I like it, send me more information, go ahead and send them the link to the video. So after you send them the video, then they'll either come back and say, hey, I like it, where do I sign up? Or they'll have questions, and then you would just address those questions. Send them the link to sign up, and what I like to do is, if I'm constantly monitoring my paid Kickstart page to see who signs up, because what I'll do is I'll take this sheet where I've got, everybody written down. I'll go back to it and then I'll put like, a purple star next to their name if they've signed up for an interview. And then I'll go back and ask them, when is their interview? And no, they'd never have a problem telling you, hey, did you sign up for your interview? Did you schedule? If I don't see them in my pay Kickstart dashboard after 24 hours or 36 hours sometimes, if it's the weekend, I like to wait until like Monday, so that they're in more of a business frame of mind. And I'll message them and then I'll follow up and say, hey, have you gotten a chance to review the site and sign up for your interview, register for your interview? And when they say no, just say, well, do you have any other questions? Generally, it's just that they didn't get a chance to sign up. They forgot to sign up or whatever. Sometimes they have, an objection to the interview fee. Just politely remind them that they get, that money is refundable. So just find out, the key is in following up with every single person that you touch, because if you don't, a lot of times people just, how you guys are, we just forget, we get busy, things happen. So the key is going to be in making contact and then following up with people as, within that 24, 36, 48 hour range. And then after I follow up with them, after I've seen that they've signed up, after they have their interview, I come back to my little sheet and say, hey, did you get in? Did you talk to Jahan yet? Did you talk to Wendy? Yes. Like Stephanie was so excited. I loved it. She goes, yes, I got in. It's like, aww. Okay, that's awesome. So, you go back and, you make notes of these people and, you really keep track of them. You friend them, follow them, make sure that, you're staying in touch with people. Do I recommend following everybody that you contact? No, not necessarily. I mean, I tried that at one point and then I hit my 7,000 whatever limit. And, it was just way too many people. So I had to go through and remove some people. I had to unfollow a ton of people because they weren't worthy of being followed, quite frankly, So, I mean, that's really the process. I mean, when you're not when you're not recruiting, that's, the biggest thing I can say. When you're not pushing one of the programs, when you're not recruiting RVPs, please, 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 please remember that you still want to be in attraction marketing mode. You still want to be having those conversations with people, especially like for your own business. You still want to be doing the same thing, have your different scripts available. I even have a script for when people follow me.
And
it just
share some of your scripts with the group. Would you mind doing that?
Sure.
Maybe we can type in.
I could put them all in a Word doc, actually.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I have them all on my phone in my notes.
Oh yeah, copy and paste that. Copy and paste that right there. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I can share these. You
guys can use them for everything. I mean,
yes,
honestly, anything. Yeah.
So,
awesome.
So that's basically it. Always be on, always be, ready to attract, every person who follows me, hey, thanks so much for following me. I hope you find my feed empowering and inspirational or something. And you can even like save all of these in your, what is it called? Quick notes, quick replies. Yeah.
Oh, I don't use
save them in your quick replies, but I have so many. I don't want to like exhaust all of my allotted quick replies, but so that's really how I go about it. Those are kind of like, how I approach people. Just be friendly, be open, be honest. If when you get my templates, tailor it to kind of how you would word things, because people know if you're being fake. You know it. You've gotten them. You've gotten the messages. I had like 5 of them today after I woke up from my afternoon nap. Had 5 of them, and they were so fake. It's like, no, that's not you. Delete, 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 delete.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you. Go ahead, Jahan.
No, that's it. That's awesome. Yeah. Just make it in your own wording. Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you. That's perfect. That's pretty much how I would do it too. But it's funny. I knew who I really wanted to join because right away I was like friending or following or I'm gonna watch that one. I'm gonna message her. Yeah. But so I mean, the ones that you really think would be an amazing fit, like, you want to really get to know them. I mean, there are some women who I thought would be so great and they wanted to, it just wasn't the right time for them, but we're still connected and we're sending each other messages and we're like, there's a relationship forming there anyway, because there's maybe one day they'll join or maybe we'll do something else together, or you know what I mean? So you never know. So really it's about relationshiping.
Yeah.
So you're going to send samples of the scripts. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. So in that, I don't think we have to do the role playing, right? Like you already gave a good example, I think.
Yeah.
So handling questions and overcoming objections. So that's our next bullet point. I do think that the video is going to take away a lot of that.
Absolutely.
Because honestly, like they'll have all of the info there. So the questions should be pretty easy after that. And the objections at that point are just basically like, okay, it's not right for you. I mean, so
right.
What do you want to say about that piece?
The only other thing with the objections is when people mention the financial investment. I mean, having gone through the program, you guys know what the financial investment is, but you know what you get out of it as well. So when you encounter someone who says, well, I can't really afford to do that, or whatever, just try to stress that, that they're getting, basically a first-rate education out of this. And not only that, one of the ways that I like to head off that objection is in my approach to someone. I might say, and as you do this more and more, you'll start to get a feel for who's going to give you that objection in the first place. I kind of, try to stop that objection by saying, in my approach, hey, we've got this program that I'm not sure that if you might be a good fit for it or not, but this is what it entails. So by saying it like that, you're kind of, it's, my dad taught me that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Is, try to disqualify them ahead of time. That way they think, oh, I need this. It kind of puts them in the mindset of, yeah, I really need this. She's already going to disqualify me. It doesn't, and if you can finesse it and do it right, and you'll see it in a couple of my scripts. If you finesse it and do it right, it doesn't sound assuming. It doesn't sound, aggressive. It's just kind of, hey, here's the program. I don't know. You might be a good fit for it. You might not. I do use that a lot when I'm out and I'm talking to people, if I'm at networking events. Let me tell you, I'm always on with this RVP program. I don't just recruit online. I recruit when I'm out at events too. If I'm at, a party or something, I'm always on with this program. So I'll do it a lot with face-to-face people. Just kind of disqualify them, the gentle disqualifier and qualifier at the same time. And that'll really get them, in the mindset of, oh, well, maybe I do need this. Maybe I need to listen to what she says. Maybe I need to watch this video. Um, so, I mean, that's the only other thing I would say about, that kind of objection. Otherwise, everything's summed up in the video.
Yeah. And then now with the video too, if you have people who are like, oh, this sounds amazing, I'm just not sure I can do it, or, I don't know if my business would work, and their objection isn't financial, then maybe just suggest, what, just schedule your interview, and then
Right.
I will talk to them about, why they can do it. You know what I mean? So if their objection is not about the finance piece, just say, go ahead and schedule your interview and we'll figure it out,
Yep.
What's next on our list? Where are we?
Follow up.
Oh, follow up. Okay. Follow up is like the biggest piece of sales advice ever in the world, whether it's for your own clients, whether it's for the RVP program, whether it's for selling lipstick. Like, I don't care what it is, whether it's selling a service, a product, a place, a dog, anything. Follow up is where it's at. So, I mean, I have women who joined this round that I've been Facebook friends with for like 10 years. Okay. We've been friends on Facebook for eons. And I don't even know how we got on. Like, I don't even know where we connected, but somehow, and we just stayed in contact. And I'm sure when I first started recruiting for RVP, I must have asked them about it. And I just, kept every time I have one girl that she is going to join this round. She has to, she wants to, she really wants to. Every time I'm like, are you ready? And she's going to do it. So like, I just follow up every couple months. So are you ready? Like, well, come on, so
Right.
You have to follow up. And I promise you the fortune is in the follow-up. Like, that's not just a funny saying. It really is. It not only helps you nurture that relationship, but I mean, and we talked about this in our training, but people need like 8 to 10, touches before they will say yes. And sometimes it is a fear-based, what's the word? Not, it's a fear-based pause. Like, they want to do it. They can afford it. They know they want to do it. And they're just, kind of like, oh gosh, like, should I do this? I mean, I did that. I looked at this program probably like 3 times before I finally just went for it. Did you, Kristen?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So, the follow-up is huge. What do you want to say about follow-up?
I think I talked to it a little bit already.
Yeah, I think you did too. Yeah.
Just to reiterate what Jahan said, it really is in the follow-up, because, like I said, we get busy. We get so stinking busy doing stuff that we just, and I think a lot of people think that when they go to sign up, they're going to have some really long form to fill out, and it's not. It's, you've done the form, you've seen the questions. It's, you don't have to have, you don't have to be a rocket surgeon to fill out the form. But she's right. The key, it really is in the follow-up. No matter what you're doing, it's always been about following up.
What other tips do you want to add?
Let's see. I was trying to stay in my phone so I can see.
I have a couple things that I want to mention. So, I think one of the things that I saw last round when we were recruiting is that some of our girls were almost scared to ask questions to the women they were talking to. Like, they would message me and say, hey, did Susie sign up? Or when is Susie's interview? And I'm like, I don't know. I have to search through the entire calendar. Why don't you message Susie and ask her when her interview is? And they were like, oh, I don't want to be tacky. Well, that's not tacky. That's just part of the process. Like, you can message your girls and say, hey, did you have your interview? Or how was your interview? Or what time are you talking to them? Or how did it go? What did you think? Did you like her or did you not? Like, whatever you want to ask. There's nothing wrong with it's just a human interaction. So
Right.
Don't be scared of that. That's one of the biggest things I think that popped out for me last round.
Yeah.
In the
Definitely.
questions that were asked.
Yeah, definitely. Don't be afraid to ask any question. And I think one of the other things is, because we're going to have the opportunity to connect with the warm leads from Wendy and Jahan's posts. I mean, you've seen them now recruiting regional vice presidents. She'll post them on Crowd for Success, Girl Gang, and Boss Ladies Mindset, as well as Strong Women Are Beautiful. Don't be afraid, after you connect with them. It's really easy once you get, a lead on there. Somebody posts their crown and then you can send them a message. It's really easy to not go back and follow up with that person and just expect them to go and sign up or whatever. Don't do that. Make sure that you go back, write their name down, and then go back and follow up with them regardless of, where you found that lead. And I think another thing is, Wendy has always talked about it, don't be afraid to contact people who are following her.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I mean, I did more of that this last round than I did following up on the warm leads from the post. I just went in and started looking for people who were online, who were actively in Instagram using it, who follow Wendy or any one of the other handles, and just contact them right then and there. I mean, yeah, that might have meant, I don't sleep well anyway, so I don't fall asleep until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm hitting everybody, over in Europe at 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, hey, I like this, I want to hear more about this. So if you're up late like me, don't be afraid to go in there and start contacting people, because you see that they're online. And that's another thing I do. I just, you're going to spend a lot more time if you're dedicated to the cause, and you want to help with the program. You want to do a lot of recruiting, and that's what you have to do. You've got to be in there, you've got to be on, and you've got to be watching. That doesn't mean, you're not expected to have a life. I'm fortunate enough that that I can spend 4 to 6 hours on Instagram when we're recruiting, that, I can touch 50 to 100 people in a day.
But you can literally copy and paste too. So you could,
right.
Even if you don't have 4 or 5 hours, you could just,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's another thing, how to keep from getting blocked. I almost forgot about
yes.
that. This last round, I only got blocked once, Jahan, the whole time. I only got blocked once.
I got blocked a lot.
I figured out the way to keep from getting blocked is,
well, do you guys know that if you post or
right,
too many messages at like quickly in Instagram and on Facebook, they will stop you. Like they will prevent you from liking, from commenting, from messaging. So there's a like a scientific formula Christy apparently has figured out. And what is that? So that you don't get blocked.
So to keep from getting blocked, don't just go down a list and just keep hitting copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay. Actually, I wait like 1 minute. I wait at least 1 minute between actions. So if I paste the message, I wait at least 1 minute before the next action I take in Instagram.
Oh, okay. Any action, whether it's a comment, a like, anything.
Anything.
Okay.
Anything at all. So, and that'll help with like getting to know, people's profiles, like really looking at their profiles, engaging whether they're going to be a good fit or not. Because I'll just go and, nose through their posts for a minute and then come back, and then I'll go to the next person, and then I'll wait and then send them a message, then go and, nose through the next person. Just wait, like literally wait 1 minute between actions. And when you're not using Instagram, make sure you close the app down completely. Just go ahead and close it down when you're not using it.
Okay.
Um,
You can
so
also send emails too from people's.
yes, yes, you can send emails too. So whatever you do, whatever actions you take inside of Instagram, and this is, good for anything. Just make sure to wait 1 minute in between actions, and that should stop you from being blocked. I was notorious for, sending that quick reply on, several people, and I got blocked for almost the entire month of January. So, and that was a real bummer.
Yeah.
But that's how you do it. If
Okay.
anybody else has any other tricks or if you come up with any tips or tricks for not getting blocked, please share. But that's my method.
Okay. So there's a question, how do they avoid asking the same person? So that's a really good question. So you guys understand what we're saying when we're saying all of those followers are yours to connect with, right? That makes sense. So the way that we avoid all bombarding one woman, because that is tacky and we don't want to do that, is so this is how you do it if they're commenting. So like we'll post the picture and the caption and say, drop a crown if you want more info. And then whoever sees it can go and say, hey, Susie, I'm sending you a message. And then if you go and you see that Christy has said to Susie, I'm sending you a message, then do not say to Susie, I'm going to send you a message, and don't send Susie a message. You know what I mean? So
Right.
Just go comment or drop a heart or do something so that all of the other women who are recruiting see that you've already talked to this woman. And do not worry, there are literally hundreds of thousands of women. Like it's not going to run out. Now, there have been times that I've contacted somebody that already has been contacted, or just by chance, because I'll go to even like the likes or the followers like you do, Christy.
Mm-hmm.
So if that happens and they say, oh yeah, so-and-so already contacted me, then I'm like, oh my gosh, awesome. You know why? Because you're amazing. Or like,
Right.
It's because she must have thought you were awesome. I'm so excited. When's your interview? Like, it's not a big deal. They're flattered when it happens, but we don't want to do it to everyone, right? So if it happens, it's really, truly not a big deal, and just be like so excited, like can't wait to see what you think, and make it it's a good thing. But that's how we avoid it, is we comment to their comment on those posts. Does that make sense? Yeah. What other tips do we have? Does anybody have any questions? No? Easy? Fun? Exciting? Yeah. I think that's everything, right?
I think so. We covered a lot.
Okay, so what I'm going to post in the group is Wendy's video. It'll be a YouTube link, so you guys will have that link. That'll be your video. And then I'll go in and approve everybody's affiliate links. Go in and make sure that they work. And it should take you to the same exact landing page that you guys all saw, where you put your info in. Christy's going to give us scripts. And then starting tomorrow, I will be providing posts and captions. And we'll start posting.
Is there a period of time we're going to be promoting?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be up until?
Probably a month.
Okay.
We wanted to start August 1st, but we had some technical issues with the video. So we're starting tomorrow. So maybe we'll take it a little bit into September, but we'll see. We'll play with it. We'll let you know.
Okay.
I mean, we always want to create a sense of urgency, because I mean,
Right.
if we fill up, then we will shut it earlier. You know what I mean? So I always tell people, like, it's not unlimited spots. Like, that would be insane. There'd be no way to do that. So encourage them to go ahead and book their interview, even if they're considering it, to go ahead and do it, because if the spots fill, we'll shut it,
Right.
But we'll probably do it about 4 weeks.
Okay.
Or that's the plan.
Good.
Yeah.
I always tell people it's, they have until the end of the month. So, and the interview spots are filling up fast.
Those do fill up really fast. I mean,
Yeah.
the last, your guys' round, we had to open up more spots at the end, because women were like, well, I'm trying to book an interview. And I mean, we were literally like trying to squeeze in interviews at like, you know, ungodly times on weekends. And like, it was was crazy. I mean, the girls were like messaging, being like, can you fit this one in? She really like, so I don't know that we're going to do that this time, because that was a little nuts. So encourage them to go ahead and book their spaces. I'm going to open up the calendar tonight so that tomorrow they will be able to go ahead and book.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I went ahead and put my Bitly link up.
Oh, good. There you go. All right. It'll open up tonight. I'm going to do it right after we get off the call. I'll open the calendar.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, guys, what other questions? Was this helpful?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good.
And feel free to ask me any questions. During the interview times, Jahan's not available. If you send her a message, she doesn't respond, it's because she's interviewing.
Yeah.
So don't fret if you've got, questions about, things that I can probably help you with. As long as it's not related to someone's interview time or whether they paid or not, I can generally help you with those questions. So just shoot me a message.
Yeah.
So don't fret. Jahan will respond. She's just interviewing.
I will. At some point.
Like people, if there's like girls that we recruit and we bring in, is that something that we will eventually be like say their EVP of, or is that that we could?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
That's if you wanted to be an EVP, that's a whole different level, right? So if you, you could. I don't really know how they're going to do that. That's more of a Cassie question. Okay. That's a good question, though. We can ask her. We'll find out. But you're more than able to mentor anybody coming in. So if you connect with somebody coming in and you want to just kind of be like their, go-to, then you can establish that with them. We love having mentors. Christy's a mentor. We have a couple of our original RVPs that just love doing it. And so that's what they joined your guys's chat group because they just loved being with the new girls too. So if that's something that you want to do, yeah, you can definitely do that. Yeah. What was I going to say about that? There was something else. I can't remember. Oh, there's my family. There they are. Or maybe that's my neighbor. No, that's my family. Okay. So I think we covered everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
If you guys have any questions, please ask. Okay, wait, Francis has a question. Are we able to find out? Oh, yes, Francis. I was supposed to get that for you, right? To find out who was offered a spot. Yes, let me look at that. I will get that to you so that you can follow up with those. Hi, it's okay. I'm almost done. Hi.
Hi, boys.
So that you can follow up with those girls. Francis, remind me to do that, please. I will get that for you for sure. So if anybody who was recruiting last time, but now again, there's nothing wrong with reaching out to those women if you're not sure of, and you can even say, hey, how's it going? And see what they say, So I will find out for you, but also don't be afraid to reach out to them, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, guys. If you guys think of anything else, just please ask. And like Christy said, once these calls really start rolling, they're literally every half hour back to back on the hour. So Wendy is taking one shift of the day and I take another shift of the day. So at some point she's available and at another point I'm available. So we will do our best to get in there.
Y'all are nuts.
A little bit. A little bit. Yeah, there were days that I couldn't even go to the bathroom. I was like, I
love y'all, but y'all are nuts.
I know. Yeah. We used to give ourselves a buffer of a half hour between calls, but the demand is really there. So we weren't able to get everybody their interviews. So we were like, okay, we're taking the buffer away.
At least give yourself 5 minutes. Give yourself 5 minutes here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It's good though. It's
when
good
it's
energy.
over.
Well,
Right.
most of it's good energy. Not all of the calls are amazing, honestly. Some of the calls are a little quicker than others.
They're not as
Yeah.
cool as us, right?
Some of them are like, all right, well, thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
All right, girls. I think that's everything. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, Christy.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see your scripts.
Oh yeah, please, 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 please.
I'll be sending them shortly.
Thank you. And I'll
Thanks,
send you guys the
ladies.
video too.
Awesome. Have a
Okay.
good evening.
Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.